Welcome to another video. This is a video that has been asked for a while. Project that is getting very popular very quickly. A lot of people have asked for it. I've started messing with it probably for about a week now. And basically I'm mining nothing. That's kind of their motto. And I have been trying to figure out how I'm going to explain this to the masses that watch me. But welcome to my video. I am the Grumpy Dad. For those who may be new here, who just kind of stumbled across this channel, I'm sorry you lost your way, but I welcome everybody here, even the critics. And that's one thing people seem to like, is the fact that I don't kind of hide from anything and I tell it like it is. Some people think I'm negative, especially the projects that are very shady, if that's the word I want to use. Seems like those are the projects that don't really care for me too much because I call it like it is. I've been in crypto now for, I don't know, I'm old, so time flies. I'd say since 2015, 2016, when basically you had three tokens out there: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and that was about it. Not hardly any YouTube content or anything like that. And I started kind of messing with some different types of mining, and mining has evolved a lot in what is considered mining these days. So I'm going to take a quick look at kind of all that, where it all started from, how we've progressed, evolution, if you would like to call it. And like I said, for those who are new here, hey, you're not going to see all the flashy graphics and stuff like that. As you can tell, I can't even do green screen right at my age. But I try to bring the most honest content that I can bring. And if I'm wrong, I'll do a video later stating I'm wrong and tell everybody why I was wrong so that y'all don't make the same mistakes. So you're not going to see that kind of stuff on this channel. So one thing I want to say is I'm not sponsored by anybody. Well, so anything you see on my channel is by me. I'm not receiving free miners, free DEPIN equipment, or anything like that. That's not just for this project that we're talking about and discussing today. That's for anything as of right now. Hey, I'm not saying I'm not open. I'm not open to sponsorship or anything like that. Hey, I've reached out to a couple of different projects saying I would love to test out your devices, but so far nobody's taken it up from me. Even though I just hit 18,000 subscribers, you're right. It's not a lot when you compare it to some people who have 100,000 subscribers. It is what it is. I just want to make sure I know that none of this content is sponsored, and I'm not getting paid with anything right now on any of these. So we've even discussed with some projects that it's better to buy the token, and it's not really worth even buying the device at this point if you really feel positive about a project. So there are some differences right now with miners. I'm not trying to knock other projects or anything like that. Some people believe that, hey, if I'm all into this project right now and I'm about to talk about, that means I've turned my back. I've talked many times on my channel about this whole, I call it gang warfare. Like, hey, if you're with us, you can't be with this one also. And that's not how this works. I'm involved in a lot of projects right now. I'm hoping they all succeed. And I can't understand this mentality sometimes that people are going to say, hey, Grumpy's talking about this project. That means he don't care for, let's say, wingbits anymore. No, I love wingbits. I'm putting a lot of my time, effort, blood, sweat, and tears into my 14 or 15 wingbits devices. You can be involved in multiple projects at the same time. You might get bald like me, and you might not get any sleep and sleep 3 hours a day, but you can be involved in as many projects as you want. There's no rule saying you can't. Another thing I'm gonna ask is, again, make sure you watch this entire video. I know my videos are long and I ramble on. You're gonna have to put up with it on this one because I don't want to be responsible when you don't watch this entire video and at the end you can't get involved in this project and you think that I slanted you a certain way or that you got screwed out of buying something that you can't use. So before we get started on this, let's just go back in time to reminisce on what has got us to this point in crypto, DEPIN, mining. Is this even considered mining these days? So let's go back, turn it, time machine back some, and let's see how we got to this point. So how do we get to this point? Well, back in, I don't remember when it was, years ago, you started hearing about GPU mining. People making very good money with GPU mining. GPU mining for Bitcoin, which was basically those GPUs handling the transactions for them, and people were making very good money. I had some GPU miners. At the time, they weren't doing super great for Bitcoin, so I moved them to Ethereum, and I was doing very well with those. So GPU miners, GPUs were going for $800 a piece, $700 a piece. This is kind of what I found this picture. I thought I had one of my old ones, but I don't know. But when Ethereum started to get away from proof of work and going to proof of stake, I then sold my GPUs. And at the time during COVID, I sold one GPU basically for what I paid for almost 3 or 4 of them. It was absolutely stupid what GPUs were going for. And I don't remember the exact numbers. I don't want to lie to y'all or anything like that, but I just know that I had used my GPUs. I sold it completely as a kit, the whole miner, which was the frame and everything. And I did very well on it. I didn't hide the fact that those GPUs were mining for about 2 years. So eventually what happens is we move over to like ASIC minings. ASICs are application specific computers, and they do a certain project or blockchain or algorithm. I had Litecoin miners that would do the script algorithm. I had Z9 ASICs that did the Z chain, I think it was called. I can't remember. I know my memory's not that good. So, but eventually what happens is, and if y'all saw my latest video that I just did, what ASICs are going for these days is just crazy. You have to pay for the power with it. And it just got absolutely stupid. ASIC miners were costing 15, 16, 20 grand. And yeah, you made $25 to $50 a day. That sounds great. But as the difficulty of mining gets harder, your profit goes down of what you're mining. And eventually you're making $1, $2, $1 a day, and you can't even cover the power. And eventually at some point you can also CPU mine, and I don't remember the whole time frame of that, but at one time I was taking some older computers. You could use something like NiceHash, and you could actually mine with older computers, even newer computers. With, as long as you had a good enough CPU processor, you could mine that and make a little bit of Bitcoin, a little bit of some of these other coins, also tokens, and you save them up and eventually cash out or hodl or whatever, diamond hands, whatever you wanted to do with them. Then you had a new kid on the block, DEPIN. And that's what majority of us are familiar with now. What is DEPIN? Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Network. And DEPIN projects seek to replace by creating peer-to-peer networks where individuals can contribute their own physical resources and own shared control over networks. DEPIN is across a variety of fields: decentralized finance, data storage, telecommunications, transportation, healthcare. You look at some of these examples now: Render, LivePeer, a Cache Network, Helium, and hivemapper AIs. So one of the first projects that we got into was Helium. And I learned about Helium sometime around February or March of 2021. And I'm already into RF where I work at. I also hold a ham license, which is the ham extra license, which is the highest tier you can get. So I've been involved in RF since I was a kid. I was also into crypto for several years at this point. And I look at it, this was the best of both worlds for me. Problem is, they were making so much money in Helium that a $150 device was going for this on eBay. You can look at the date on it. This was, again, 2020. So just to show you that I kind of know what I'm talking about, my memory somewhat still works. So you had $7,100 for this device, $10,999 with free shipping, $8,100. And people were getting this for Helium devices. I went in with 2 buddies and we purchased I seem to remember ours costing a little over $5 grand, but for some reason I have this one saved. So I might have made $7,100, paid $7,100, me and my buddies. But either way, we set this device up in April when we received it. And again, I want to say I paid a little over $5 grand for it, and we ROI'd in 17 days. And this whole niche was now born, where everybody's now trying to figure out what is the next helium. And hey, we then formed this channel, and I look back at some of these videos and I cringe because I've learned a lot in a year. So hey, it helped me start off this channel a little bit. If I even let y'all hear the sound, it is horrible, but it got some antenna testing, stuff like that too. And with this scam project that, again, I'm out of $1,600 for, I can't even show you the videos because they have come after my channel to get it shut down when I would show their images. But you know, when you go out with the bad, you get away from those scam projects, and then that brings on new projects in DEPIN that are a lot better, that you can rely on, that is showing us how to be involved in DEPIN. And while we might call some of these devices miners, are they really miners? Well, I've come across a project that is mining. So not only were we into the DEPIN miners projects, but also at the end of last year, started making some very good calls on some meme projects. Hey, things were kind of slow. Memes were really starting to kick off on Solana. And I started making some calls on some meme coins. Kulo, Dog with Hat. I called Dog with Hat when it was still 20-something cents back in Christmas. So I called on Whiff, and Whiff was doing very well at the time. Right here, it's 25 cents. And then eventually, you know, I ended up being like 4 for 4 on my meme calls. And you can see right here, I had Kulo, I had Big Red, I had Whiff, and we were doing very well. But eventually, we knew memes weren't going to last like that, and we got out. So why do I bring all that up? Because this project that I found is the best of both worlds. You're going to be mining, and you're mining a meme coin, but you're mining nothing. I know y'all think I might need my head examined, and it's taken me a good 48 hours, if not longer, when I decided to do this video to figure out how am I going to explain it to y'all that y'all don't think that I'm losing my mind. But Entropy is a different way of doing things. It's a fun project. The Discord's very fun, but it is different. Unlike some projects where anybody can join, you do have to be selected for this project. Now, getting selected is not hard as long as you're straightforward and you're not trying to game anything. You're not trying to use fake accounts or anything like that. It is a little different. The best part is the miner is only $15, and I have a link for it in my description. However, before you pause this video, hold on. Before you pause this video and hurry up and go buy this thing, there are certain steps that you need to do before you purchase this device. Please do not go purchase this device and then realize you're not going to get picked for this project, and now you're stuck with that device and get upset with me. I'm telling you to hold on and make sure you're selected. Now, it's not hard to get selected. Like I said, there are some steps that you do have to follow. Now, first, I just want to show you what it looks like. This is the Amazon order. All right, so first thing we do is I just want to kind of show this to y'all. This is the device. It is a lot smaller. It's probably about the size of your thumb, maybe a little bit bigger than that. And $15 on Amazon. It ships in 2 days. So this is what the device looks like. I'm also going to show you a picture right here. This is what my device looks like plugged in. It doesn't have to go into a Pi. Once you set it up, it just needs power. And it can run off of any little USB hub or something like that. I have mine running off the back of my Linksys router. And basically it's just pulling power at that point. So first, how did I find out about this project? Well, YouTube channel Jay Wall, we have, you know, enemy of my enemy is my friend type of thing. We met through DFly. We were both scammed by DFly. I had video that I did on it. He also had video on it. We started talking through X, Twitter, whatever you kids want to call it these days. And we've kind of bounced stuff off of each other. Just me being subscribed to his page, I see his video, and I'm like, Entropy. At the same time, about that same time, this was a month ago, I started having people after my Monday videos. If y'all ever caught my Monday videos, I go over a lot of the projects that we're all in, even projects that I might not be in, but people ask for updates on it and stuff like that. And I kept getting asked about Entropy. I had emails on it. I had Twitter comments on it. Please look into Entropy. And then eventually I started looking into it. But I will have a link just to, you know, because I believe in that. I'm going to sit in and talk about the video. I'm going to put a link to this video just in case y'all want to hear his side of the story also, so that y'all can see kind of what his explanation is. It might get to you a little bit better than me rambling on about it. So next I came across this video also. This is from Osvaldo. I'll make sure I pronounce it right. Again, I will link his video. He has a very good, professionally made looking video. How he only has 700 subscribers, I don't know, but y'all need to go and check this out. He has the production values that I lack on how to do. But this video does come out very well, and it does explain to you. This is a meme coin on Solana that we're mining. And he goes into a little more detail about it. So what is Entropy? Entropy is the world's first DEPIN meme coin. So hey, we got the DEPIN that we're all into right now. We got the meme that a lot of us are into right now, or that we feel we missed out on. One thing he mentions in his video, the one I just showed you, and one thing that I've made comments that I've hashtagged and stuff, is that miners eat first. What the heck does that mean, miners eat first? Well, some projects have a VC allocation, or founders. We've seen some of these projects, even the meme coins, where 10% go to founders and 10% go to investors and all the stuff like that. Not this one. This one, every coin is mined by the miners and go to the miners. There is no allocations for founders, or no airdrops to people who are not involved in this project. If you're not mining this project, you're not going to get the token. We also have to remember, though, as a meme coin, none of this is to be taken seriously. This is a $15 device. If it goes away tomorrow, if it crashes tomorrow, it's a $15 device. Nothing in my channel is financial advice. I just like to talk about what I'm doing. I'm into a lot of projects right now. A lot of them are still in beta. I explain that to my viewers. Some projects are not going to make it through beta. We have to understand that. Some might have good hope, and they hope they do, but some things just don't work out. Some things end up being scams. This won't be a scam I'm going to lose $1,600 on like DFly. If something happens tomorrow, $15. But again, you can't take this too seriously. So Entropy is people owned, miner focused, has a 1-year halving cycle, 55 billion max supply. You have a 2.38% platform fee on the claims. It requires hardware to mine that we discussed, and unclaimed tokens get burned. So in other words, this is not a project that you can just, hey, let me go plug this device in and go throw it in the corner. You still have to kind of remain involved in it. Now, you have to make sure that you're involved in their X or Twitter and their Discord. I know some people are not members of Discord. They don't care for Discord, as they have told me. And this isn't going to be the project for you. This one, you don't have a choice. You have to be involved in Discord. So, I know I'm kind of jumping around a little bit. I'm just trying to make sure I cover everything. So if you really want to get into the nitty gritty of this, you can go to docs.puredepin.com, and you can read their white paper and what they have going on. You can try to understand this tokenomics. I'll be honest with you, I needed a drink when I was done reading this one. But the biggest thing about this is the second law. you know, one of the ongoing jokes with this project, again, I'm sorry I'm kind of skipping around, it's just kind of hitting me. Again, if you watched my video yesterday, I kept saying, I don't know how I'm going to try to explain this without confusing the living hell out of people, but doing this project justice. The joke is miners eat first, and also you mine nothing. There's no talk of pricing with this. You mine nothing. If you read the Discord, you read the Twitter, it's hashtag mine nothing or something to that effect. You're mining nothing. You're mining a token that's not worth anything, but it is. And I'll show you that in a minute. But what the second law is, what that means is that they want you to hold this long term. If you try to sell your tokens out of your wallet, you will have to burn the identical amount of said tokens. And then you have to mine back also what you sold. I'm trying to explain the best I can, y'all. I'm sorry, but please go read this and read it for yourself. Or if you go into the Discord, it's been explained many times over. Basically, I'm not selling. This is something I'm gonna hold on to, but it's confusing, but it's not confusing. It's confusing to explain, but I understand it at this point. And basically, I'm just not going to sell. But you know, it has relationship to value. Theoretical sense, the value of entropy is zero. And they even discussed the whole meme coin thing. Value, nothingness over rational justice, bot expected value is, yeah. And DEPIN coins, entire DEPIN sector is novel, value is questionable. So you can go and read all this on your own. And then they also have the instructions on how to do the firmware. I will say there is a little bit of a technical know-how for firmware. What I will also say is that if you have done wingbits devices and could harvest devices and can burn cards and do a couple of scripts here and there, you should be able to follow these instructions without any issues. So once you get your device online, you can see in the Explorer, there is a rank right here. So currently there are 261 devices. I'm ranked 252. I've only been mining for 3 days now. So in those 3 days, I've made 114,000 ENT. This will go up and down depending on my ranking and depending on how many devices eventually they get. There's a set amount of entropy that's released every day. There is a formula where this is divided, and it gets divided between the devices, and that's how much you make. As you get ranked higher, you will make more. Kind of like a typical project. Again, entropy is new, so you kind of expect that it can be a little bit of easily volatility depending on who is buying or selling. The price right now is 0.00704, and you can see where it did. It had, of course, the first day it has its normal volatility like any other coin, but honestly, it's kind of held its own, which I think in meme coins is a very good thing. I've seen some meme coins that have got completely sniped by the bots in the beginning and didn't survive it. And you know, this started at, you know, around 6, 7, comes down to 5, comes down here to 3, 0, 0, 0, 0. That's 4 zeros and a 3, and still comes back strong. I'll be honest with y'all. What I've been doing is the last 2 to 3 days, I didn't really want to wait on my miner to make me entropy. I took some of my IoT. Y'all know, if y'all follow this channel at all, I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of IoT. So the last maybe 3 days worth, maybe 4 days worth, somewhere around there, of IoT, I would put, since this is a Solana-based token, and with this, I'm using Jupiter. Since it's a Solana-based token, I can go to Phantom. I put some IoT in Phantom, or you can put some Solana in Phantom. I can then get the contract address for Entropy. Paste it up here. Sure enough, Entropy shows up, and you can see now you can just straight swap if you want to get into this meme coin. Not financial advice, but into this meme coin without having to wait for devices or anything like that. So that is another way you can get into it. As you can see, I have a decent amount that I have purchased straight up, just because I wanted to get a little bit to hold on to. It's not worth a lot, but I don't care. Just still gonna have a little skin in the game, as they say, in addition to what my miner eventually will start doing on its own. Now, you can join their X account. I'll have a link for it in the description. Just Entropy LOL. And you can take a look at it. You'll see that they are full of some foolishness. About a month ago is the first time I ever mentioned them, and they put a video like this about me, and I really didn't know how to take it at first, and then everybody kind of told me relax, and it was a good thing. So I've kind of rolled with it since then. But I would suggest, if you are interested in getting this, that you join their X. That's kind of the first step you kind of need to do. Show them that you're interested. What's the next thing you do? Is you get on the Discord. So how do you get started in it? First, you go to the Discord in the website I told you, for docs.puredepin.com is where they have this. Also, if you go to their website, justentropy.lol, there's also a Discord link down here in the bottom, which is an invitation that you can join also. So what steps is next? They want you to do a little bit of a homework thing to kind of show that you are interested in this project. So they want you to dig a useless hole. Now, I know this sounds like a joke, but they are kind of serious about this. So you dig a useless hole, and like this, and then you put your name in it to it. It's kind of like just showing the way that first you're real, and second, you are serious enough about the project. Now, you can follow them on X. You post a photo to X. You tag just entropy.lol and 3 friends along with it. It also shows that you're serious about the project. You got some people who go all out with their holes. This is a nice, fancy, perfectly symmetrical hole, which there's no way I could do, you know, with the E in it, with actually the miner in the middle. What else I'm going to explain? Also, again, I'm trying to explain this about as best as I can. I'm sure I'm really screwing it up and confusing some people, but there's a difference between claiming and selling. To some people, that's obvious. To some people, it's going to cause confusion. I know I'm going to get messages on it. Technically, look at it as your miners holding your tokens the first couple of days. And in 7 days, within 7 days, you have to press the claim button. And by pressing the claim button, you then move your tokens to your Solana-based wallet. Okay? After 7 days, if you don't move your tokens to your wallet, the tokens from the first day, I guess on the 8th day, those tokens from the first day get burned. So if you made 100,000 tokens on the first day, on day 8, if you didn't press claim and get all those tokens from the first 7 days, you'll start rolling into burns. And then on the 9th day, the 2nd days get burned. And on the 10th day, the 3rd days get burned, unless you press claim. Again, to me, it's a way to make sure you're staying involved with the project. They are burning tokens on their own. There are announcements on there. Another thing about this project is they are hooked up with several other projects, XNet and some other ones, that you're eligible for airdrops, which I didn't even know about that until I saw it today, where there was an announcement that people, and I guess it was also before I started, but those that were eligible for airdrops for XNet got XNet. There was also another project that people got airdropped. So they're involved with some other projects too. The guy who's in charge of this, Professor Lambo, behind the scenes, I'll be honest with you, he probably doesn't want me to reveal this, but he's a pretty cool guy. He's helped me out with a lot of questions I had and stuff like that. But this isn't the Discord to go in there and start asking all these goofy questions especially about liquidity, about price, about profits. You also, another thing I want to make sure I go over, I'm trying to think of some things I just want to make sure I hit on. You're only allowed one script. What happens is when you get your miner tag, after you do your hole, after they check you out, there's no funny business with this. If you have several Discord accounts, use your actual one Discord. Do not try to game them and try to use 2 or 3 different Discords. They're going to find out. These guys have been around for a while. You might not have heard about this project before, but these guys have been around for a while. I don't know how they do it, but there is a list on here showing people who got kicked out the project because they tried to game the project. Use your main account. Don't try to use other accounts. On the bottom, there's 2 different tickets that you can join on to. One's called forms. You click a form, you add your Solana account. I use the new Phantom. That's what I like about Phantom. I can just keep creating accounts on it. Create a new Phantom, use my Solana address, filled out the form, submitted it, and then right after you submit that, you go to open ticket, and then you tell them, hey, I've been allowed a miner tag. I have did the form. They will then give you a script to run. You'll then follow the instructions on how to set up that device from Amazon and go from there. Everybody's allowed one script, which means one miner. Do not try to lie to them. Do not try to game them. Very, 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 very few times, certain people who are very dedicated, who they may even personally know. A lot of these people, from what I understand, 90% of the people involved in this, they have met at different cryptocurrency meetings or conventions or whatever you want to call them. So they can vouch for them that they know they're real. They're not going to take the chance of people getting into this that are not real or that are worried about gaming or anything like that. So you stay honest with them. You don't try to sell. You don't ask goofy questions in the Discord, and you're good. So when you get that script from them, you then go back to your puredepin.com docs. Again, it's on the bottom of that main page like I showed y'all. You have several different ways of, depending on how you want to initially set this up. When you initially set it up, you do have to set this up with a device. I used just a regular computer. I went to browser-based, and you have to make sure you use a cable that is a data cable. A lot of them are. Some of them are just power-only cables. But you download your firmware binary. That is what they send you, your binary code. You save that on the computer. You connect it to your computer, open your browser. You go to this website, and you just follow these instructions. I will say there is a reset button that you have to hit to get this to connect on some devices. It says that on here. Again, if you follow these instructions, you should have a problem. I had a problem. I had to press the little reset button. Once I did that, everything connected fine. So it's just simple steps that you have to follow here. I'm sure that if y'all have issues, y'all can reach out to me. But again, before you go and buy this device and you start worrying about all this, you have to follow the steps. So as of right now, like I said, there are 261 miners that are in this. Again, I want to make sure people understand kind of this whole second law type thing. The second law, so there are 2 different ways. There's 2 ways to claim again after breaking the second law. You transfer a buy ENT back to your wallet, or you let them burn the required amount for you. When you do come back into compliance with the second law, you still have to wait 7 days to claim again. This is to ensure that they burned away all the ENT that you mined while you were in violation, and to prevent gaming, like someone transferring just enough ENT to claim it in immediately again. In other words, just don't sell in the beginning. You know, they call it cheating, but I don't know if that's even a PG word. I don't know. Basically, look, I know I'm probably confusing a lot of my viewers. A lot of viewers are older like me, and that's what this channel is. And I'm going to try to, if I can, just kind of break it down as easy as possible. If you want a cool little fun project, you want to mine a meme coin, you're not looking to cash out next week, despite what you make, despite what tokens are made, even though technically you're supposed to say they're not worth nothing or they're not worth anything. I'm trying to make this as simple as possible, a quick overview. You join their X. you join their Discord. You dig a hole. The more effort you put into the hole, the more serious they take you. You make sure you put your name in it. Make sure you know, if you want, you put a little E in it or something like that for Entropy to show that you're serious about the project. You make sure you're not using any goofy names that, you know, or your third or fourth Discord account. You just straight and you be honest. You go into the Discord, socialize a little bit, show them that, again, you're real. You're not trying to game anything. And then you get a roll. Once you get that miner roll, you go to Amazon. You buy the device for $15. In the meantime, you go and you create your Phantom wallet or whatever Solana address you want to use. You go fill out the form. Then you fill out a ticket saying you filled out the form, and they give you the binary code. When your Amazon order comes in, you follow the guide step by step with your Amazon device. You load it up. After it's loaded up and you have the Wi-Fi working on it, works off of Wi-Fi, you then just take it off out of the computer. You plug it into whatever power source you want to use it. If you want to keep it on a little brick that goes into the wall. Again, I'm using a little USB power device off my router that gives USB power. And mine's working fine. And that's it. Every couple of days you go and you make sure that you move or you claim your Entropy from the dashboard or your Explorer to your Phantom or to your Solana wallet. And that's it. Understand that if you try to sell at some point, which of course we're all going to sell at some point. That's what my channel's about. I'm not doing it anytime soon, but at some point you're going to sell. And just remember, you have to be able to burn whatever you sell to be able to sell again at some point. You have to make sure you have enough of that. And then you also have to mine back to a point, I'm trying to remember exactly how it is, to be able to claim again. You're still going to have to wait 7 days before you can claim again. So basically, we're trying to prevent people from just mining a day and selling, and mining a day and selling, and just keep immediately dropping this token. If you think it's a project you're interested in, I have a link in the description for everything. You join it. Again, I enjoy being in this Discord. It's a bunch of cool guys. It's funny. The Twitter's funny. And it's different. I don't know if you would, you know, we all joke that you technically, with a script type of ASIC device, you could mine Doge. Doge was the first real meme coin. So technically you were mining Doge, but really you're mining Litecoin and you got some extra Doge for that. This is the first mineable DEPIN meme coin. Doge might have been a meme coin, but this is the first real, as far as I know, a way of mining a DEPIN meme coin. So if you think you're interested in it, look them up, get involved in it. I'm involved in it. Again, I'm having some fun with it. It's not that hard once it's set up. If y'all need help set up, if y'all have questions, leave comments here. I have my email address in my description. Feel free to leave me a message. Feel free to email me. Y'all know how to get in touch with me. Some of y'all get in touch with me on Twitter. Some of y'all get in touch with me on Facebook. But again, this is just another project that we can get involved in that will help us out in the future. No promises of what value is going to come to this. Could stay at 0.0006, or it could add 3 zeros in front of it. You never know. That's the thing about meme coins. We did good with meme coins. If you follow this channel in the beginning, I think this has some promise to it. So I bought some in addition to what I'm mining. But again, not financial advice. Y'all do what y'all want to do. If you go to the Explorer, just entropy.lol/explorer, you can, it's actually, I think it's this last little, I'm sorry, the first one. So if you click on this first one, this is actually a map of Mars. So that doesn't sum up what this project's about. It is, but it tells you that there's actually, you know, almost 50 billion max supply. So far, they've mined 3.6 billion. They're minting daily 76 million. The median earned Where they're getting this from, I don't really know, but they're averaging about $23 per day. Again, as you get ranked, you will go higher. I think right now I'm averaging between, not financial advice, this is just what it happens to be right now. This is going to vary as more people get involved, but somewhere between $5 to $7 a day, maybe. So you take it for what it's worth. Again, I'm looking at this long term. I'm not cashing out when I get to $20 or $50 or $100 or anything like that. This is just something I'm taking a chance on. So far, they have burned 469 million of these tokens. So y'all know I like burns. No matter what project it is, it creates that whole supply shock. But if you want to take a look at what these numbers are, again, when you on justentropy.lol, like this, down here where this little globe is, the first thing is going to take you to this. So I hope I have not totally blew your minds and confused the living hell out of y'all. I know, I will not lie, I must have made that joke 3 times in their Discord, and every time they try to kind of explain this to me, I did the little meme or whatever on Discord with my mind being blown, because trying to understand some of this stuff. But again, in hindsight now, I think I made it harder than what it is. I got intimidated by it to a point. I don't think you got to worry about that. I'm here to help y'all, but I think this is a cool project to get involved in. Now, financial advice, I'm going to say that over and over again. Don't go in there asking all kinds of goofy questions. Don't try to sneak a second or third script or anything like that. If you do that, you're going to get banned from this entire project. I'm telling you that up front. They're warning you that it ain't like the other project that we talked about where so-and-so could wake up on a bad day and just all of a sudden you're banned from that project. They're telling you, don't try any conniving stuff like that. Again, the whole thing is a gimmick but it shows that you are real, and it shows that you want to get involved in this project. Again, if you have questions, reach out to me. I feel like I've did this project. I keep rambling just because I feel like I did this project a disservice because they do have their stuff together and I don't. Trying to explain this, I feel like I've did a disservice to them, but this is a cool project. Suggest you get involved in it. Again, not financial advice, but the biggest risk you take is $15. You know you're not spending the electricity and the cost that you would with an ASIC device. So it's probably taking less power than what it would to charge a cell phone. So you know, check it out. See what you think. I'm in it. I like it. I'm going to tell more people about it. I'm going to start covering it every Monday on my Monday videos as long as I'm in this project. I think it's a cool project. So we'll see. We'll see what happens to it. If the price goes up some with having that many tokens, I'll be way happier. So, but again, I'm in it for the fun right now. So we'll see what happens. So I'm going to quit rambling. Again, if y'all have questions about it, email me back. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Again, it's something new. A new spin on DEPIN and meme coming together. So thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.